guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Tatiana Michelle. So I know as you guys read the title, y'all like, what? She talking about credit? She talking about credit? Yes, I know I do not make these type of videos, but it's 2020 and I'm gonna start doing whatever I want to do, whatever I feel is on my heart that I should record and give to you guys. That's what I'm gonna do. And this was on my heart. Like, I'm happy. So I feel like I want to share the steps and everything I did. So the very first step I did was knowing that I did not have to pay these credit repairs people, or whatever you call these people that helped you. Well, you pay like a fee to them and they help you get your credit score like really, really good. So I thought like, okay, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pay somebody. I'm thinking like I was investing in myself. Like, I'm going to invest in myself. I'm going to give somebody some money and they're going to help me raise my credit score. So I was telling my husband, shout out to my husband. I was telling him that's what I wanted to do. And he's very cheap. So he like, no, like, why would you pay somebody to help you with your credit score? So I'm like, well, I don't know what I need to do. He was like, you can do it yourself. So I'm like, maybe he's right. Maybe he's right. And at this point, I think the person I was going to go to, I think it was like, I don't know if it was like $150 or $300. I don't know. It was something. It was like different packages you can choose from. And it's a guarantee that your credit score will like end up being good. So that was the very first step, knowing that I didn't have to pay anybody to help me raise my credit score, y'all. Like, it's free. You can do it yourself. The money that you were going to use to pay someone to help you with your credit score, that's the money you can use to like pay off things that's in your collections, or basically save, or I don't know. You can use that money for something else versus someone doing this work that you can do yourself. Do your research. And you do your research. I watched so many YouTube videos and it all was this basic thing like, you can do it yourself. So thank you to my husband for letting me know that I would have played myself if I paid someone else to fix my credit. That's lazy. Like, you're mad lazy if you do that. You really can do it yourself. Like, we have Google, we have YouTube. Everything is on the internet and it explains everything that you can do to raise your own credit score. So that was like the very first step, is doing research and not paying anyone to do it for me. So the second tip I'll give you guys that I did to help raise my credit score was to dispute everything. Like, literally dispute everything. Dispute it all. So basically, if you download, any type of credit app, right? I was using Credit Karma. So you download Credit Karma and it'll let you know everything. It'll let you know everything that you have in collections. So I had about 4 things in collections and you have the option to dispute it. So depending on what it is, you can dispute it, but you honestly can dispute everything. And if it's over 7 years, there's no need for you to even waste your money because it's going to get knocked off anyway. So it was 2 things that I disputed and it was 2 things that I paid. The 2 things that I did pay was RG bill, so a gas and electric bill that I had in collections. I guess like I moved out my last house to where I'm at now, and I had like the last month bill that they just sent to collections. I don't even remember getting a bill, but they sent it to collections. So that's something that you would have to pay. Like, if you try, decide to move again, you have to use that company to get your gas and electric on. So if you don't have that paid for, that's in collection, then you can't get it turned on. You too grown to be getting that in somebody else's name. So I had to pay that. I paid that. And then I had like Spectrum. Again, when I moved, I had like the last month bill, they sent it to collections. So that was like $168. So what I did was I called them up. Actually, I didn't call like the collectors. Like, you actually can just call like the cable company. You don't have to like call the people that's, under the collector, the people that picked it up. So I actually called Spectrum and basically, they told me my bill, and they basically was like, well, actually, if you just turn in your devices, which I still had the cable boxes and like the internet or whatever. Actually, it wasn't cable box. It was like the internet device, whatever. I don't know. Anywho, it was the devices. So they was like, if you turn that in, then all you have to do is pay $50. So $168 went to just a $50 payment. So I paid that. So I noticed when I paid my RG bill that was in collections and my Spectrum bill that was in collections, my credit score went up. I'm not for sure how many points it went up, but it went up. And I'm like, so this is kind of cool, let me take this serious, whatever. So it went up. So the next 2 bills, I was going to pay. But it was one medical bill that was like $50. And I was calling the number that was under the collector's name, like the number. I was calling the number for like days and days, and it was disconnected. I don't got, listen, disconnected? I ain't got time for that. I don't got time to play with you. So disconnected, so who about to pay this? So I disputed it. And when you dispute it, it tells you, like, it gives you options, like what you can click. I don't know what I clicked, whatever, but I know I wrote a description just basically saying, like, I've been trying to pay and the number's disconnected. Please remove this off my account. Bam. Gone. Then it was something else that was in my account. Please remove this off my account. Gone. Bam. Like, it's that simple. Dispute, have it removed, and your credit score goes up a couple of points. I'm not for sure how much it went up when I disputed it, but it did go up. So I disputed the 2 things in my account, and I paid for 2 things in my account, and my credit score went up, because you don't want to have nothing. Like, you want to have 0 things in collections. Not everybody have things in their collection. Some people just don't have credit. Some people credit score is just very low because they don't have credit. And this goes into like my next step that I did. Well, before I even try to like get my credit good, I already had a credit card. So this is for people who don't have a credit card. I suggest you get a credit card. And I know when you hear the word credit card, you're like, oh my God, no. Like, grow up. Okay. At least get you one credit card. At least get you one. I don't know. Get you one credit card. But that's the only way your credit is actually going to go up. Like, you need some type of credit line. Like, you need credit line. So I suggest that you get a credit card. And if you do get a credit card, and whatever your limit is, you do not want to pay, or you don't want to spend more than 30% a month. Like, you don't want to spend more than 30% a month on your credit card, and you want to pay your credit card payments on time. So when I was in the process of, working on my credit, I already had a credit card, but I wasn't like not saying I wasn't paying my payments on time. It's some years where I wasn't, like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I was paying like the day after it was due, or I was paying it when I want to pay it. Like, as long as they getting their money, that type of attitude, like a childish attitude. So, like I said, I was doing research, and I figured out like the way to, pay your credit card. And also, another shout out to my cousin Imani, like, she kind of helped me with this as well. But the way to like pay your credit card, honestly, is to pay it on time, or you want to pay it like a couple days before it's due. For example, my credit card bill is due every 14th of the month. So I would either pay it on the 14th before, I think, like 8 p.m. or I would pay like 3 or 4 or 5 days before the 14th. And that's what you want to do. You don't want to pay after the 14th. You want to pay before the 14th or on the 14th, but before the time. I think like whatever credit card you have, it tells you like when it's going to be considered late. I started paying for the whole 2019. I started paying my credit cards on time, or a couple days earlier. When you pay your credit card, don't just go and use it that same day, or don't go use it the next day. You want to wait a couple days. Like, let it clear out, okay? Let it clear out. Don't be thirsty. Let it clear out. And that's when you can kind of like use your credit card again. But you want to pay it on time, or pay it a couple days early. And you want to wait, okay? You want to wait a few days to use your credit card again. And also, you want to make sure that you're not overspending, like you're not using it too much, you're not maxing it out. And also, what I noticed that helped me too with when it comes to my credit card was, before I was making minimum payments. This time around, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make it in full. I ain't even gonna make the minimum payment. So like, say if I spent $50 that month for, with my credit card, and like the minimum payment would be $25, and that's what I used to do. I used to pay the $25, like whatever, $25 once I paid it. Now what I do is, whatever I spent on that credit card, when it comes for my payment, for my payment to be due, I'll pay whatever I spent. So you gotta think of a credit card like you're borrowing money from somebody. So if you borrow $100 from me, I don't expect you to give me $50 back. Like, you need to give me the $100 back. So that's how you gotta look at it. And I feel like once I started having that mindset and started doing those type of things, my credit score like really jumped. Like, once I started doing that, I got a $500 increase on that one credit card. So I feel like even that made my credit score go up a few points. Well, as well. So bottom line is that if you guys don't have credit and if you guys are working your credit, so if you don't have credit, I suggest that you do get some type of credit card. And I'm not talking about like a store card. Like get like I know Capital One is like, I have a Capital One card, so I know Capital One, you know, the interest rate do be kind of high, but I feel like they're kind of like good with like people who don't have like the best credit, you know, like it's a way to like build your credit with them. I'm not for sure of like other people, but that's one card that I, you know, will recommend. And if you do have a credit card and you're not making your payments on time, start making your payments on time. Stop paying a minimum balance. Start paying everything in full and wait a few days to use your credit card. And you will definitely see it shoot up. Okay. So another thing that you guys need to know is that the credit scores are different on different apps. Okay. So I know a lot of people use Credit Karma. I'm someone who uses Credit Karma. But I wanted to let you guys know that whatever app that you're using, it's just like an estimate of what your credit score is. So Credit Karma can say one thing, but if you go to like Experian or whatever, like it may say a whole different thing. So I didn't know that. I'm thinking like Credit Karma is saying this, so this is my credit score. No. I want you guys to know that the most accurate number is the FICO score. So you need to like check your FICO score and, you know, and just use Credit Karma as like a tool to help you dispute things. Also that, you know, you can see everything that's on your credit, like things that you have in collections and, you know, other things that's on your account. Like Credit Karma will help you with that. But whatever score that they have, just know that it may not be that exact score. So you definitely want to make sure that you check your FICO score. Those are the things that I did to raise my credit score. And you guys, like, I kid you not, in the beginning of 2019, I had a 504 credit score. It was like 504 or 506, one of those. Like that was the beginning, like the beginning score that I had for 2019. And at the end of 2019, I had a 700 credit score. Like right now I'm at like 717, I believe. It's very simple and you can do everything yourself. So let's just run it back. 1, do it yourself, do your research, and do not pay nobody to help you. Everything is online and you can figure out how to do it yourself. 2, dispute everything. 3, get a credit card and pay your credit card on time. And 4, make sure you understand that whatever tool you use is just an estimate. You know, you want to look at your FICO score because that's the most accurate number. So yeah, if you like these type of videos, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Leave comments below. If you guys have any questions, let me know below and I'll be sure to answer them. And I'll see you guys in my next video.